Hey folks, how we doing today? It's me again, Shannon Fox here, Road to Patriots 2 channel, and I have got a couple of questions for you before we get into this video clip here of Elise Stefanik, who is one of the great up-and-comers in the Republican Party. She has had a lot of things to say in the last year or so, involved in investigations and on committees, doing her best to try to not just support Trump, but uh, fix things in this country. I believe she is one of the good guys, like so many more that we have in the House and a few in the Senate as well. But truth be known, I had a couple questions for you, like I said. First off, before you answer the first question, listen to, let me just do it like this. Before you decide who you want to be Trump's vice president, which is my first question, let me just go ahead and get into the reasons you would vote for somebody for vice president on an arm. One, because it helps Trump become president, because maybe like somebody like Vivek Ramaswamy, his 7, 8, 10% of the vote that he may carry on his own would be attributed to Trump's vote if he was to be the one as a vice president pick. So that may be strategically a good move. There's that way of thinking about it. And then there's the way of thinking about it like, okay, who is the best candidate to be number 2 in the country? And so it's just a matter of how you think about it. For the most part, the vice president only has a few powers, including being the tiebreaker in a 50-50 vote in the Senate. But for the most part, the only power that a vice president has is what the powers that are given to him by him or her by the president-elect or president. But I thought about this many times, and there's been several people that have been thrown out there in speculations on different people. And so, first question is, who do you think is the best pick for Trump? Second question is, why? Let me go ahead and just rattle off the list of names, possibilities. Kari Lake, people throw that one out there. Elise Stefanik, who's fixing to be speaking here in a minute at the Trump rally tonight. Fire job, she's awesome. Just stick around, folks. Vivek Ramaswamy, which is an obvious, which I think is, I don't know what to think about Vivek Ramaswamy. I don't think he could be VP if he didn't agree to at least looking into the election issues, not just what big tech did, but what was done on a lower level to affect the whole outcome, including court proceedings. I think Vivek needs to watch 2,000 Mules again, if that's what it takes. But that's another story. But there's people like Vivek, Elise Stefanik, Kari Lake, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Matt Gaetz, Tim Scott, been talked about a lot in the last couple of days, Ben Carlson. There's so many, Tucker Carlson. There's so many that would be a really advantageous pick. I like Tucker myself. I think Tucker would be great in a cabinet. I think people like Steve Bannon, who will be, and Kash Patel, and General Flynn, who will be an increment part of Trump's cabinet, probably will not get the vice presidential role because of the controversies behind them. I think it will be somebody that has already got their foot in the door in the political arena in that way, as far as the public opinion. So I'm going to say, just my opinion, Trump will pick Vivek for strategic reasons and because Vivek is influenceable. But then again, Trump may want to control the spotlight and pick somebody that will help his vote but not ever overstep him. Somebody like Tim Scott, which would be advantageous in theory, or even Byron Donaldson, or several different other melanated candidates. And I hate to go there, but female, melanated seems to be the thing that helps diversify candidacy. We seen Biden did it. We ended up with Kamala. But it is what it is. So I'm not against it. I believe in diversity on some levels, but truth be known, best man for the job, whether it be man, woman, black, white, that's what we really need. Let's go ahead and get into the video, folks. Several minutes of Elise Stefanik, who I think is a top contender. I think she is in the running, right up there with Tucker Carlson, as far as who is probably in the top 2 or 3 Trump's looking at. But the secret hadn't been revealed yet, and until they let us know, I'll keep you apprised when it does happen. So here we go.
And in New Hampshire, just like my home district, I know you have so many proud veterans. Let's give them a big round of applause today. I know so many of them are here today. In the House, I was so proud to work with President Trump supporting our veterans, and I was so proud that President Trump rebuilt our nation's military. Today, what we're seeing under Joe Biden is a Department of Defense that's more focused on woke policies rather than lethality and making sure that we have the strongest military in the world. We are seeing weakness because of Joe Biden. We saw it with the catastrophic withdrawal from Afghanistan, an unbelievable
Absolutely.
embarrassment that our adversaries were watching. We have seen war in the Middle East, our most precious ally, Israel, under attack under Joe Biden's watch. And it is because he is the weakest commander-in-chief we have ever seen. Joe Biden needs to be fired, and we need to restore American strength in the White House. We need to restore and elect Donald J. Trump as the next commander-in-chief, because we know he was our strongest commander-in-chief.
Yes. I agree with her 100%. She is a great representative in more ways than one, folks. She is a fighter. And if Trump picked her as his VP, or even Sarah Sanders, or another strong female, Kristi Noem, another strong female senator, congresswoman, representative, governor from any state, I'd be okay with that. I think it's not a bad thing to have a man and a woman in the White House. I don't think it's a bad thing to have a black guy and a white guy in the White House. I don't have any diversity issues of my own that excludes anybody from being able to do the job. If they're the most qualified, that's the one I want. They're going to do the best job. That's the one I want. Everything else is irrelevant. And if American people come to that conclusion, people like Joe Biden would have never made it this long in government. And that's a fact. Just my opinion, folks. All right, here we go. Back into it.
And let me tell you, every single day, President Trump is fighting against a corrupt and weaponized federal government. We need to save this country, to save our Constitution. Just look at this schedule that President Trump, he's here today in New Hampshire. He just won a historic win in Iowa. And yet the Democrats and the radical district attorneys, radicals from the state of New York, are doing witch hunt after witch hunt. And we know why. It's because Joe Biden's polls are at the bottom of the barrel and Democrats are fearful. They're trying to remove President Trump from the ballot illegally to suppress the will of the American people. It's Democrats who are attacking democracy.
Yep.
We are going to save our Constitution and save this country, and that starts with making sure that President Trump wins in New Hampshire. And I just want to comment. President Trump is on the right side of history. You in this room are on the right side of history.
Absolutely.
I was so proud to ask those university presidents a moral question about being on the right side of history.
That's a great point, folks. If you're listening to my channel, as small as it is, you're on the right side of history. If you care about this country, how it struggles, how it's in a demise situation, almost a recession in 20 ways, including national security, just the way we look abroad, just the smell of weakness behind this Democrat policy, otherwise known as socialism. Don't forget, your vote counts. If I do this channel for no other reason than I hate to see people be silenced. And censorship is live and real. And so us little guys that try to speak the truth, I think actually makes a difference. That's why I jumped in. I've seen so many people that I listen to go away on places like right here on YouTube. And that was one of the things. Somebody said something one day in a podcast, and it inspired me to want to do my own podcast. And I didn't know if I could do it, and I just jumped in one day. And as successful or as small as my channel is, I think it's the little guys. It's the people that are listening, like you. It's the common man. It's the blue-collar workers. It's the everyday, average American that make this country work, tick and talk every day. And when government and big business and the military-industrial complex decided that not even our vote matters, we don't have a say in the way things are going to go, and how it should go, we're irrelevant. We the people got pissed off. Like my hat says, we the people are pissed off. If you're listening to this channel, you're probably pissed off too. And all I can say for this whole situation is we're all patriots. We're all on the right side of history. We all love our country. That's why we're on YouTube listening to people that are not super successful, but are digging for the truth, pointing out the facts, coming up with a different narrative than what mainstream media's got to offer. That's where it's at for me. And I just want to say, for the most part, it has been a pleasure and a blessing to be able to just speak my mind on the internet every day, or if not every day, 5 or 6 days a week, because it helps me deal with the situation our country's in, because this country matters so much to me, just like it means so much to you, the listener. And I think about my kids and my grandkids and the future of this country, and that's probably a big part of why I do what I do here, with no monetary compensation, just time out of my day. But I want this. I want to be able to do anything I can to help. I want to encourage people to vote. That is the most important aspect of what I do. If I had a mission statement for my channel, it would be, go encourage people that you know to get into politics, to understand what's going on with our country, to wake up, to go vote, to buck up against this woke agenda, to stop shopping at Target and dealing with Disney. Whatever it takes, folks. That's what I want to do. And exposure. I love to be able to bring you a story that hasn't blown up yet. That's awesome. To be able to find a story that is important and do my little part to help spread the word. This ain't right. Everybody needs to share. It's just the way I feel about this whole podcasting thing. I didn't mean to get off on a rant, but truth be known, we need people like Elise Stefanik. We don't need the Nikki Haley's. We don't need the Ron DeSantis. We need the Trumps. So I got one more question for you before we go back into the video. Do you think Trump will have to campaign anymore as far as any more debates or anything? Do you think the Democrats or the Republicans, DeSantis and Haley, will continue to debate anymore? Because it looks like they're already starting to bow out of those options. Here's the real question. Do you think 2 months from now there will be anybody on the ticket on the Republican side other than Trump? I think the answer is no. So hopefully within the next month or two, the Republican Party that doesn't like Trump swallows their pride, and financially and in every way, endorsement-wise, backs the move of the winner, backs Trump. That's what I hope for. I hope the entire Republican Party says, we better get on Team Trump. Otherwise, we're going to be on Team Enemy. And I think it's coming, folks. Mark my word. That's a little bit of a prediction, but I think when it's apparent that nobody can even come close to Trump after the next one, maybe two more states go by the wayside, and Trump is still 50-something percent, 60% majority, the donors will stop spending money with Haley and DeSantis, in theory. All right, let's get back into it.
We are on the right side of history. 2 down, 1 to go. And I have been so proud to stand up for my district, for the American people in the toughest fights, whether it's holding those university presidents accountable, whether it's leading the charge against the sham impeachment part 1, holding Adam Schiff accountable, whether it's standing up for election integrity, whether it's defeating Liz Cheney to unify the Republican Party, whether it's being the first member of Congress to endorse President Trump. I know that the people are behind him. You know, and I know, and Joe Biden knows that Donald Trump is going to win this November. Let's get this done, New Hampshire. God bless you. God bless the United States of America. And God bless President Donald J. Trump. Thank you.
Awesome, folks. What do you think about that? I thought it was great. I can't say enough good things about Elise Stefanik. She has done several things, I can say, including fighting for the rights of human beings in Congress on many occasions. She is one of the people that has actually got a good investigative mind to ask the right questions, to expose these clowns that are perpetrating as human beings that are right up in there in Congress, that really don't have our country's best interest at heart. That's all I got for you, folks. Everybody, hope you have a great weekend. Everybody be safe. God bless you. Over and out.